Wow. Okay, where do I start? Never really made a YouTube video before, so bear with me. Uh, I mean, it kind of, in, in a way, seems strange for me to make a YouTube video for myself because I follow a lot of YouTubers, so it's kind of like, you know, me doing it myself seems weird, if that makes sense. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna go for it and see where it leads me. Um, Basically, I have recently come out, which is great, really great. Um, my family took it really well. My friends just, in a way, don't care. So it's just like everybody really just supportive and friendly, and the feedback and comments that I've got have been amazing. So, yeah, but the purpose of this video in particular is to just talk a bit about like other YouTubers and how inspiring they are to a lot of people, and to touch on a couple of people that I find helped me through my difficult times, and the fact that I was struggling with my sexuality and wanting to have an outlet, someone to inspire me to just be happy and be who I want to be. I think a lot of my my journey to acceptance was about myself. It wasn't about the people around me, because, you know, in my heart of hearts, I knew that the people that mattered wouldn't wouldn't really care about it. So yeah, I think it was more of a journey to accepting it myself, which isn't always easy. I mean, I'm 24, so that's a long time to not be yourself. That's a long time to keep your true self away from your loved ones, and you know, your friends and anyone you meet in between. Um, that's the whole reason for the mention of YouTubers, is because I relate a lot to Shannon Beveridge, and she, I mean, I've been watching her videos for years, been following her for years. I mean, I admittedly, like, went through a stage where I stopped watching, I stopped following, because I just became so, like, uptight about hiding who I was. It became such an effort to just, like, in my spare time, be wanting to explore and look at things and find out different things and watch videos, which I felt as though I couldn't do in the presence of my family or friends, because they'd be like, why are you watching that? Like, why do you need to watch lesbian YouTubers? Like, are you gay? Like, I just thought everything would be questioned. Like, it seems silly, but it makes so much sense to stray away from it, because at the time, like, I wasn't ready to deal with it. So questions, thought I heard someone coming then. So me having questions about it, being questioned about it, sorry, would have been kind of scary and difficult. So I just avoided it altogether. Kind of cut myself off all my like social media, apart from Facebook was very private. Actually, Facebook was private for a long time too. I only really had a few people on my Facebook, but it's only become recently that I've let people have my Instagram handle, my Twitter handle or my Tumblr name. Like now that I'm fully out there and I'm not wanting to hide it anymore, is that I've just let everybody, basically you're just becoming yourself and you're letting everybody know that, like, yeah, this is me. Like, if I want to post that, I'll post that. If I want to do this, I'll do, like, it's just about, when they say coming out, it is. You are coming out. You're coming out of your shell. You're coming out of the person that you've been kind of pretending to be. Like, you portray yourself as this heterosexual, uh, you know, person, and everyone just assumes it, because why would they assume ever otherwise? Because we're living in a society that, you can't really just be who you are, if that makes sense. You can't just, everyone basically labels. Everybody likes a label, and me personally, I don't really care too much about it. Like, um I don't like to label myself, because I just see it as, just because I'm in love with that person, like, it doesn't mean that I have to justify my love to any different to a straight. Like, just because you're gay, it doesn't mean the love is different. It doesn't mean that the love isn't exactly the same feeling and chemical reaction in the body that anybody has when they're looking at someone of the opposite sex. It's the same chemical reaction, it's just not to the same sex. So it makes me feel not angry, but like sort of annoyed in a sense, because just because the person that I'm looking at and falling in love with isn't the opposite sex, doesn't mean it isn't the same kind of reaction as anyone else would have when they saw someone that they liked or they loved, or whatever. So I just see it as like, you can't like give someone a glass of water and say, this glass of water is a fresh glass of water, and this glass of water is, how can I just write a glass? Like, glass of water is a bit of a stupid analogy, but like basically saying, like, if I give you this bottled water, just because it's filtered differently doesn't mean it's not exactly the same. Like, you're still drinking water, you're still having the same thing that is produced in a natural way. It's just been filtered. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even know if that makes sense, but people who get it will get it, and people who don't, I'm sorry, I just don't know how other way to describe what I'm trying to say. So basically, yeah, like, I don't like the fact that people feel the need. Like, obviously, if you want to label, that's fine too. It's not, a big deal. Like, in a way, it helps you identify from other people. It helps people identify you from other people. So in a way, like, it does help to label yourself, because then you're not going to end up with people coming up to you, like, saying, oh, you must be straight. Like, if you're openly, obviously not everyone's going to come up to you and you're like, I'm gay straight away, but like, in the sense of, like, if you're openly out there and you're in the social media kind of lifestyle, and you do have a Twitter, you do have a Facebook, you do have an account of some sort, they're going to know who you are through them things, because I think, it does matter. It is an expression of people. I don't agree with how social media is used to do bad things, but I do agree that it has a massive impact on people, and it does have, it makes a difference in some people's lives. I mean, if I didn't have the videos made by Shannon and Cammy, there'd be some days where I'd just, I'd feel so, because a lot of the reason why it took me so long to come out is because I suffered from severe depression, which is linked to everything that I was feeling, everything that I was going through. I couldn't accept it. I didn't want to accept it. I felt as though that, I was so different to my other my other family members. I'm already the odd one, so it's like adding more things for me to be discluded was just scary to me. And obviously it doesn't matter now because my family really just want me to be happy, and I've realised that, and that's what's helped me feel better about everything and feel better about getting up in the mornings, I suppose. Like, cause when you're getting up every day and you're not even living the life you want to live. You're just plodding along and pretending that it doesn't matter, and that what you want, like you don't pursue anything because you don't want anyone to find out. So like you become, well, that's how I've dealt with it. You become this, like, well, it's almost like this character that you've made up, and you play that role every day, and you walk around and just you're in robot mode, and you just feel as though, right, you can't act this way because what if someone guesses, what if someone questions it, which I did have people question it. I did have people ask me a lot of questions, and that's why I stopped letting people have my Twitter, letting people see my stuff on social media, or letting people go on my phone and having my YouTube signed out. I make sure I sign my YouTube out because guaranteed the last video I watched was probably Shannon and Cammy, or Ali and Stevie, or Rosie and Rosie, Rose and Rosie. Sorry, I don't know. There's Eva and Lily, I think it was. Yeah, but then they're not. I don't think they're active anymore. But it just is crazy that you hide such a big part of you for so long, and that's why another reason why Shannon is such an inspiration to me, because she, we're similar ages, and I'm sure she's 24, 23, 24, and I'm 24, so it's like, and her journey is kind of like started. I obviously realised that she must have been out to certain few people. I don't know. Like, I'm not a genius. A genius. I'm not. This is awful. I'm not trying to get my words out. I'm just talking crap. I'm not even in her state. I'm not even in her country. I'm in the UK. So for me to sit here and claim that I know fully, apart from what she's said on social media and on YouTube and the internet, like, I can't really sit here and say I know details, but I feel connected to what she shared because, I mean, she's similar age. She's not long been out. It's been a while now, but it hasn't been that long. So like I relate to it, and I when I first started watching the videos and stuff, and I went back and looked at a couple the other day, and one of them where she sat in the park, I believe she's talking about labels in that video, but you can just tell, like, I think she was out at the time, I'm not 100% sure, but she was sat in the park, and you can tell it was kind of like awkward because, like, I think she always seems really natural on camera, but like in the sense of she was watching, like, looking behind her, and there was people running in the park and stuff like that, and not that I'm saying that she seemed like she couldn't speak and she couldn't say what she wanted to say, and that kind of thing. I mean, recording a video is awkward even if you're doing it in your house, so it's not like it's an easy thing to do. But I believe that, with that, going from that to one of her very first videos to now when she's in the street, Like, she will vlog in the middle of dinner, and like she'll have Cammy with her, and they're so naturally open. It's like looking at that and seeing that transition for me is like, it's a massive eye opener. It's a massive inspiration. You feel so connected to that person through the internet, which is crazy because like I'll never like I say I'll never meet them. I'll say I'll never see that. I'll never like know who they are, but you never know what might happen. Life takes you to some crazy places, but just having that having that kind of escape is so vital to someone in such a crazy place. Like, for me, it helped a lot when I was feeling depressed or down, or I was on the edge, so to speak, without getting too deep into it. When I was at that stage in my life where I was, really feeling the pressure, really feeling the depression. I mean, I did spiral at points. When I turned 18, I was in a real bad place for a few years, but that was because of my suppression of my feelings. That was because I was trying to express it in another way, so it come across as bad sometimes. And nobody's perfect. Nobody handles things as they should sometimes, but that's just human nature. You don't handle. Some people find it really easy. Some people find it really hard. Some people just don't even see it as a thing, and that's how they are. That's their life. Like, it's not even a question of coming out, because they're just always like it anyway. So it's crazy to think that that's how things work. And this video is a lot longer than what I expected. I just looked at the clock and we're on like 17 minutes already, and I'm just talking and talking and talking. But my point of this video is that if it wasn't for certain elements of social media, and the fact that for me, like, I'm not saying this for everyone, but for me, Shannon and Cammy have been very a very big part of my journey. Over the last few years, yeah, like I said, I went through a stage where I was kind of like cut off from it all, but coming back to it and being out and coming out last week, it really, like, it was the fact of me going back to these videos and me going back to their channels and me going back to like really getting on the back into the social media side of things. And Tumblr is where I first discovered Shannon, I think. But going back to that and watching the videos and following them on Vlogmas this year, and actually going through things, and shit, that video was like a year and a half ago, and I haven't even watched it. I'm like, what have I been doing with my time? Like, I feel like disappointed in myself for being such a crappy fan. But some people can take that time to just put all their efforts into doing that in their spare time, and some people shy away from it. Some people shy away from it because of it's just being scared. That's the way to put it. Scared, and the fear of the unknown. Not even the unknown, the fear of the, like, just, is this what I want? Is this, is it, does it mean that, me, that I can go a long time without even bothering with it? Does it mean that, it is a phase? Like, I don't know. It's difficult. Like I said, it's different for everybody, but it's very difficult. But I really, really wanted to just, get my point across, that if it wasn't for certain people, Shannon, Cammy, without being too over the top, like, because obviously there's other elements that help me in my, in real life, not through the internet, but they were a major part in my decision of coming out. And I just want to say a thank you to Ali Hills, because her coming out video was actually my Christmas present to my mum, which is great. And I thought that was really wicked, how she's given people something to actually use, and it be a positive message instead of sitting down and like making it an emotional message. Obviously it's always emotional, but like having something so positive to come from such an emotional thing to do is really cool. I think like the video is cool, the whole message is just perfectly put. It's just like, the lyrics do say everything, which is great. And if I had a hat on, I'd take it off to her, because she is just another inspiration. So I just really wanted to get my point across and say how much I wanted to thank them, and I can't thank them enough. I can only tweet so much, I can only comment on their videos so much, I can only Instagram so much. Like it's like before it becomes for me like a bit weird, which I guess they get anyway. I mean, my little messages probably aren't even like on the scale of weirdness of what I've seen them been wrote to. I mean, some of the stuff people write, I don't know how you guys like. Oh, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Personal questions and like I can't even say it. I can't even say something because it's just like oh, calm down, like there, you know. I think there was one that I saw the other day, and it was Shannon replying to. I think they was doing a video with, is it Maddie? That might be completely wrong, and I might have just said some random name that they don't even know. I can't remember. It's a bit late now. But yeah, I've slept since then, so technically it's gone. It's gone out of my head. I can't really think of the life of me. I'm trying to think now, and this is really annoying. So, and then it's just going to turn into a babble fest of me talking, and then it's like people be like, what is this girl even going on about? She don't even know. But what I wanted to say was basically there was a message, and it said, why aren't you, like, if this person's come around, why aren't you doing a video with them? Like, because they've already made like 6 videos this week or whatever ridiculous amount. Like they've already like ran their life full of ripple effect and then made videos in between and done you friggin' nows and like seriously, these guys put so much. You can tell, you can really genuinely tell they put so much effort into it. They do really care. They do want everyone to feel as though that their messages are being heard, and it does take a lot when you have that many followers. I can see why they probably wouldn't even see a comment that I've made, or a comment that the next person in another country has made, or the comment that someone around the corner of them has made. It like you could be living in the same city, the same friggin' zip code, and may never know that person. You may never even cross paths. You may never ever see the fact that they've been on your Twitter or Instagram or Tumblr. So it's like, cut 'em a break. Like, cut 'em a little bit of a break, guys, because, they've worked so hard. And for me, I wouldn't need a retweet. I wouldn't need a shout out. I wouldn't need anything more than what they give, because what they give is just so amazing. Like, it's incredible. I couldn't thank them enough for what I feel as though that they've done to help me on my journey, and the fact that dealing with dealing with sexuality and then dealing with depression and dealing with everything else that comes with that. And you know, I mean, I'm not the only person in the world that that's happened to, but I know for a fact that it is a fucking struggle. It is a real struggle, and you're not even gonna be able to compare one journey to the next, because everybody's different. But when you look at it and you see that, you know, wow, similar age, wow, yeah, you, it this has happened to me as well. Like, they say this themselves in their videos. They say, oh yeah, you can relate and blah blah blah. But it's like, when you're actually sat there watching the videos and you're hearing them say that the same thing, how people, you may think you're alone and you're the only one in the world. It's like they're talking directly to you, and it's like, well, did you write this for me? Like, are you talking to me? Because I feel you right now. I get it. I understand. So it's like, I don't know. 26 minutes long. This video is very long. Maybe I need to edit it a little bit, cut some of the bullshit out. But I think that, I just wanted to make it clear that this is based on the fact that I wanted to thank Shannon, thank Cami, and thank Ali and Stevie. Obviously Ali, because her video played such a big part in me telling my parents. I have to really thank them. Thank her, thank Stevie, and Stevie for just being Stevie, really, because she's funny. And I've only recently discovered her video. I must admit, I've only recently being back to, and especially being out as well now, being back onto the, social media wave, as I call it. Yeah, I didn't really see any of her stuff before, but it doesn't mean I haven't logged the hours and caught up and watched like everything from before, as much as I can find, and like really looked into it. But I mean, I could sit and name after name after name and say who I've watched and how they've changed my thought process or how they've helped me in my journey. But I really do want to just thank Shannon, like, because I feel as though that's the one person that I relate to, in the sense of like age wise, and how difficult her, not difficult, I don't know, like, I just feel as though that's the person that helped me the most in my journey. And it may be for someone else, it may be that Ali helped them the most, or it may be that Rose or Rosie or now I've got a name block. But I think you get what I'm trying to say, is the fact that, everyone has their one person that helps them the most. And I feel as though that, even though I might have changed my mind and differed to different people and gone back and forth and all that sort of thing, it always comes back to, Shannon. It always does, because I find her story so relatable for me. I find, obviously, I don't know, I suffer from depression, so that's a different part to my story. I don't know full details about everybody's stories. You can only know what they want you to know and what they put out there. So, like, I don't know the full story. You never know the full story, though, do you, really? So, and like, you never know my full story. Like, there's other elements to my story that contribute to whatever point I'm at now. But yeah, so thanks, Shannon. I just want to put this message out there and say, you really don't even, like, it couldn't even come into you couldn't even contemplate how much I want to say thank you, because I really want to thank you. Like, I couldn't even do anything to thank you, because it's just, incredible. It is so incredible what you've done. It's so incredible what you're doing, and you're just an amazing, inspiring, kind, thoughtful person. And I mean, just lucky to have even come across you in social media, in life. And I just want to wish you the best and wish you all the happiness over the holidays, because it is the holidays. There's Christmas. Well, it's not Christmas, it's Boxing Day now. But New Year's coming up. And, for me, it is a new year. It's a new start. And I just want to say, like, I'm sending my love from the UK. A very long way away? Well away. Well away. That is such a weird thing to say. I don't even know. Obviously, I meant while. Very long while away. So, there's a lot of things that you've done that you wouldn't even realise that you've done, like just one word or one simple sentence or one joke, or one laugh, or one little spark of hope that you put out there when you do your videos. That is what you do. That is what the impact you have. That's the impact you had on me. That's the impact you probably had on many others. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, and I hope one day that you might see this, or I hope that one day, by some miraculous miracle, by some Christmas miracle maybe, that, we might cross paths on the social media wave, or maybe in real life, because I do plan on coming back out to America. So, never know. I might give you a shout out and see if you respond, and maybe things might be surprisingly uh, great, actually, because that don't make any sense at all. Anyway, bye guys. Have a wonderful holiday, and I hope that the new year brings new journeys, new surprises, new faces. I just want 2016 to be a great one for everyone. So, yeah, take care, and lots of love from the UK.